Going on, guys? Welcome back to the Chew and New podcast. Guess who's here? That ugly thing finally made it. You finally made it out of the woods.
This ugly thing, as opposed to that ugly thing.
Oh, shut up, dude. And so a special guest today. And see if I get it right. Let me see if I'm saying it right. It's Julian Valdez.
Julian Valdez.
Velasco?
Velasco. Yeah, Velasco. My Facebook profile, Valdez Velasco, but Julian Valdez, yeah.
Julian Valdez, welcome to the show, man. And we're going to get to him in a few minutes. Man, first thing I want to say is thank you, everybody who's watching. If you are reaching down to the bottom right here, I think there's some stars down here or some likes, whichever one you want to put, it'd be gratefully appreciated. But
help us out. Come on.
Yeah, help us out.
I know it's free, but come on.
He needs a new leg. But anyway.
I need a new everything, guys. Come on, look at me. Look at me.
A big shout out to our new sponsors. By the way, I hadn't told you, Chew. We have the Gallery Cactus downstairs.
All right, stop pointing like that, honestly, dude. Downstairs from the studio.
Downstairs from the studio.
Really? They're sponsors.
They're our new sponsors, guys.
I've always liked those girls.
Okay, yeah, sure.
They're class.
Big shout out to Oscar and Nancy, man. Guys, you have a chance to come by. They're on 419 South Texas Boulevard here in Wesco, Texas. Big event tomorrow at 7:30, Mid-Valley Takeover. They got some great bands coming in. If you're listening to the podcast on Monday, you missed it. If you're watching it live, tell a friend, share the podcast, let them know there's a big thing going down tomorrow, Friday night, 7:30, here in Wesco, Texas, 419 South Texas Boulevard, here in Wesco, Texas. Oh my God, that's a mouthful.
It's going to be standing room only.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the venue is cool, but
there's a lot of excitement there.
It's a lot of excitement.
A lot of food, and you're just going to have fun. Just come out.
Food and beer, people.
Yeah,
food and beer. Come on,
man. What more do you want?
What more do you want?
But anyways, enough about our new sponsor, which we greatly appreciate. Let's get down to Mr. Julian over here, man.
Thank you.
I'm not even going to introduce him, man. I just want you to just go and tell him who you are and what you do, man, because this is freaking amazing, guys. Check this out.
Really, man? I don't want to spook anybody out or have them. No, just kidding.
It's all true, guys. It's all true.
Pues I'm Julian Valdez. I have a TV show, Aqui, Entre, Nosotros, that airs on the CW on Sundays.
Yeah.
And first of all, man, congratulations, guys, on your podcast. And I'm very blessed to be with you tonight with you guys.
Well, the good thing is that today is episode 150.
Yeah.
150, man. Holy crap. 150 episodes.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
People ask me every day, how do you pull up with that thing? I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody
what I do.
That. Nobody even talks.
So let's talk about your show. Well, first of all, let's talk about you. Where are you from? How did it all start? And what got you where you are right now?
Okay. Going back to Aqui, Entre, Nosotros, basically it all started just as an experiment. Okay. It's like I had the opportunity, to get a slot there on Entrevisión with CW.
Mm-hmm.
And I started off going into the entertainment industry years ago as an extra on local films.
Okay.
So I met up some pretty good people. And they're like, hey, we'll back you up, man. We got the cameras, we got everything. So, you went to my studio the other day. It was years ago. It wasn't nothing like that. We didn't have air conditioning. We didn't have a door.
Right.
So we're like, okay, well, let's do it here. So very humble. Pero going back, how it started, everything was because of my dad. I grew up, typical valle pachangas los domingos con la familia.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, no, man.
Haciendo, those little family reunions, carne asadas.
Yeah.
And my dad and my uncle, his brother, they would like take out the accordion, bajo sexto, and they would just start jamming there for the family.
Yeah.
So I grew up, behind that. And then as I grew older, I would always like be hanging out with my dad, just watching behind the door and shit, watching them drink and stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of became fond of the norteño genre, that kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything started because he started composing music throughout the years. And again, I had that what do you call it? That I was accessible to a lot of the filming stuff. And I told, you know what? I'm gonna record you a couple of your songs.
Okay.
So I recorded his songs, and then I took it to the next day. Was like, hey, well, I'm gonna do you a couple videos for your songs.
Right.
So soon after that, it was like, I got that access, I got that slot on the TV station. So I started with Aqui, Entre Nosotros. And like I mentioned earlier, I was catering to the local talent, local actors, people that are in office and stuff like that.
Right.
So 3 months into it, and the guys are in Televisión, he's like, hey, man, well, it's not bad. You're starting to get some ratings. People are watching. So let's do it another 3 months. Renewed, the agreement, the contract or whatever.
Right.
Here we are, man, close to 5 years.
Wow, man.
Nice.
And I've seen bits of, and we're talking earlier before the podcast started, because there's a lot of great information while we're talking. And it was kind of nostalgic to me watching some of the episodes you have on YouTube.
Gracias.
It was like I told you, it took me back to when I was 5-6 years old, when my dad on Sunday mornings would always turn on the TV, and it was Kiko and Rogelio, Johnny Canales, sometimes on Saturday night, Sábado Gigante, those watching those, it's like watching your shows, like, wow, man. And now that Mr. Bordeo's no longer, God rest his soul, Mr. Bordeo's no longer with us, but the platform's open, man. And and now that you're coming in doing this, and that's one thing we talked about, you and I, Julian and I were speaking about, is that we are here to help the young talent. We got those people that are out there already, they got a name for themselves, but you're trying to help the ones that are coming up. I mean, that's what you want to do.
Yes.
That's what you want to do. And you're doing a great job of it, because, I mean, not only is he doing Tejano and a couple of Norteño bands, but he's also got started with country.
Yes.
He started with hip-hop artists. Shout out to Freddie Hanna and Sean Mecca, which are the ones that already went out there, man. I freaked out when I saw, like, what the heck are they doing on this TV station? But it's awesome. I'm lost for words to say, wow, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Gracias. And again, my respects to the pioneers, of our local shows, the industry, Johnny Canales, Kid Rogelio, my respects to them. I never do really compare myself to them, but I do appreciate, being compared to them.
The comparison.
And then, like I mentioned, there's a twist to my show. I do have the local actors, filmmakers, people that are in office.
Right.
So I give it that and then we do have sometimes, once in a while, comedy skits.
I've seen those.
So yeah. So that's kind of the twist. But yes, I became so. I don't know. At first, it was just like a hobby, like I mentioned, and now it's just a way of life, man. Like I go to bed thinking, hey, what can I do for the next show? And I wake up with an idea.
Right.
And like I said, God willing, all those people that are supporting me, they've been, a lot of them have been there since day one, and they just like what I do. They love what I do, and y aquí estamos.
That's awesome, man. And now your shows. Well, I know they're pre-recorded, right? They're all pre-recorded. Yes. You do your shows. I think we're speaking. They're done on Wednesdays, correct?
We're recording on Wednesdays,
and they get released on
not to the following Sunday.
To the following Sunday.
Yes.
Okay.
Usually with the TV station, we have an episode as a backup. Right. So 1 week. So yeah, and it takes sometimes
a week or two
to edit everything.
Right. Yes. Right. And as far, I mean, now for anybody who's watching, or if you're sharing this to anybody that's a local artist or something. I mean, to get on your show, I know going back, and back then you were in a band, you wanted to get noticed, you had to have the green to meet the mean, pretty much, you know what I mean?
Or you had to have a compadre who could get you the hookup.
Yeah, exactly. Now, being the fact that you are on a TV show on CW, by all means, how are the opportunities? How is the door accessible for these young talent to get a hold of you to jump on?
Yes. Usually, I like I said, I've met a lot of people, so I invite them on the show. Like, hey, man, you're interested in coming to the show, and a lot of them are cool with it and everything. And then there are those people that reach out. They get my phone number, or they're watching social media. They message,
right.
And the doors are open. Like I mentioned, there's no monetary commitment to it. You don't have to pay, even though promotion costs.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody knows that. You go to a radio station and te van a cobrar.
Right.
But not with me, man. We're very humble. We're just grateful to help people. my information, I'm sure is there. My Facebook, my phone number 956-650-6585. You're free to text. And like I said, there's a monetary commitment. We do appreciate donations, and there's no amount.
Right,
whatever it helps, sometimes we cater with refreshments, sometimes we barbecue, have snacks and stuff like that, and it'll help. Pero the doors are open to everybody. Y no se agüiten. Es que apenas estoy cantando. This is my first this and that. Like, no, don't make excuses, bro. The doors are open. Don't think about it. Just come on over.
It's an opportunity that you want to come and jump on, man. If something like this is available, I mean, go for it.
Absolutely. I mean, from what he was saying, like it kind of sort of parallels our experience with the acts that we've had that come in here, and that we weren't even thinking about, oh well, you got to charge or anything. We just want to hear your talent and we want to put it out there as best we can. Now let me ask you, like, have you been surprised by any of the acts that have wanted to come on your show? Like, you didn't, like, I know for us, like when we first learned that there was a hip hop a faction here in the Valley, and that they wanted to be on our show, and
yes, at this conjunto legend of Fruity Villarreal, saludos, and the Mavericks, the guy, he's really down to earth, and he supports me a lot. And he's brought known artists to the show, and I'm like, oh wow, man, wow. Los Duendes del Control. We were mutual friends with rest in peace, Gilberto Perez. Oh my God, I knew him for 20 plus years, and he would call me every once in a while. He supported the show a lot. So very few people like that are legends support the show. But yes, I have been overwhelmed, especially with actors from cine, like from telenovelas. I've had them on the show.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I got invited to this one event. This lady, this is a real sweet lady, Renee Victor. She plays the voice of Coco, the abuelita.
Yes.
So I was fortunate enough to meet her.
Wow.
And so, you get that humble experience. Joaquin Cosio, another Mexican actor. He plays, I don't know, you saw that Mexican movie that made it big, El Infierno. He plays that guy, El Cochiloco. He comes out on one of the 007 movies. He comes out on what's it called? One of those DC movies. He plays a general. Sylvester Stallone comes out on it, and all those folks.
Guardians of the
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
So when I was a big fan of him before I started any of this. I would follow him on Mexican channels, and and then I meet him in person, and I'm like, wow,
That's awesome.
So having your TV show kind of like has
little advantages.
It gives you little perks.
Pero one thing I'm really proud of is for the first time I've had a lot of singers go on to the show, and like nobody has given me an opportunity.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna mention any names, out of respect, pero they're very grateful, and they're like, Valdez or Julian or whatever, and like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been noticed. So now they're like recording big time. They're coming out in movies.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was a kind of impact.
I mean, something like that, it makes a great impact on someone's career that's trying to get out on the open road for it.
Absolutely, because it doesn't just mean that people are watching your show. People are listening, and they're hungry for the talent. They're hungry for that sound.
They're just waiting for that one opportunity.
Absolutely,
exactly.
And
awesome.
what I'm really mostly proud of are kids, the youth. They have such talent, acting and performing. And then I'm gonna mention their name. Shout out El Palomo, El Gorrión y la Paloma. They're 6 and 9 years old, and La Niña, bro, the bajo is like, is bigger than her, but she jams. Y El Gorrión, he plays supporting and sings, and so they're very grateful with me, and I mean we befriended each other, so I'm gonna help him on a music video and stuff like that, and they're getting invited to. I'll bring them over one day.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'll bring them over.
That'd be great. Have them over here. That'd be pretty cool,
give them
man.
a shot. Yeah. And they're very talented. So I'm very proud of them. And it's kids like that. I've had kids. Another one, Jesus Urbina. He's El Gallito de Bronce. He sings ranchero. That's how he started.
Wow.
So he won that. There's this one show, national show, La Voz Kids. So he actually won.
Yeah.
Pedro Fernandez. He was there, and I mean, he was like a 6 years old.
I think I know you're talking about.
Carried him. It was so proud of him.
Yes. I know exactly what you're saying.
So Sorbina, I've met him when he was a kid, and I'm like, he's taller than me and stuff. But I have an event, and his parents are very good. They support him a lot. And I have events, and I'm like, hey, are you open this day? Hey, whatever you need will be there. So he comes with the whole charro thing. Yeah. So
awesome.
it's kind of the kind of relationships I built with certain guests.
That's fantastic.
Well, down the line, I know you said that some of these talents that you have in your show, they end up going, out there. Now, I mean, personally, I've had a couple of musicians come in here, and I've seen they do the thing. Some, are great, and some just sometimes fade into the light, and they end up doing something else.
Yeah.
But as far as your talent that's been going to your show, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I mean, is there one in particular that you like that you're like,
we're trying to get you to name names, give references.
No, I mean, is there one piece of talent that's been on your show like, dang, I know that they're gonna make it, or I can't wait to see them in a bigger stage?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna mention this one name. She's a Tejano artist, and she's growing up in the pop charts, and she's doing very well for her. I met her years ago on set. There was a friend of ours. He was doing this production, and he gave me a role, as an actor. So, and that's when I met Magali de la Rosa.
Oh,
okay.
That's when I met Magali. So, saludos Magali, and to her husband, to her family, and the whole band. So we kind of befriended ourselves, So after that production, we met, and then we started, messaging and stuff like that. And so that's around that time I started to fool around with Aqui, Entre, Nosotros. It was around that time I was just beginning. So I'm like, okay, I got the show. I got my first guest. I got my first couple episodes. I need guests. So I reached out to her and like, hey, Magali, how are you doing? And she was, and she was happy. I reached out to her, and she's like, you know what? I'm just signing up with this big label and stuff like that, San Antonio, this and that.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, well, do you mind if you could be a guest on my show? And she, no. So we went out on Cine El Rey.
Okay.
So the episodes are there, and I interviewed her. I presented her one of her videos, and today, I mean, she's up there. She's doing more acting. Like I said, she's moving there in the pop charts, and I continue supporting her. There was an event here, there in the pavilion, there in Mercedes Structure Grounds, and she opened for Control, Lupe del Guayabo. So I went out there and supported them, and we're still in touch, and we're still on and off, trying to collaborate on things. But I'm very proud of her. And que le está yendo bien.
Bueno. And I've also seen that you've had, I know you had a Cheech, South Texas Cheech episode. That was a trip to watch because your expression was like, you're like, am I talking to the real Cheech? How was that interaction?
It was actually a friend of mine, and shout out to Ozzy Loza, another filmmaker. He's like, he helps me on and off on the show, and he's like, hey, I got a surprise for you. I'm like, really, man? Like, would you bring me another dog? Because he always ends up throwing dogs. Like, well, I don't know where to take it. Well, anyways, like, what's up with this guy? So I go outside and comes out. Hey man, doing his doing his skit, his thing, and I'm like, wow, man, like I had seen him on social media, I had never met him. So I'm like, come in. So we improvised that one the segment I did with him, and it took me a while actually to put it on the show because I'm like, it's a family show.
Yeah, I got
the guy. We had a saxophone and he's using it as a bomb and stuff like that. The hombre está zafado, but he's a good guy to talk to. So saludos STX was Chong or Cheech, Argundis, So saludos, and he's a really good guy. Bueno, es raza, chavo, es raza. Pero it took me a while to put that episode, that segment on the show. Eventually, I decided, you know what, it's friendly, man. Let's put it on.
And then you gotta being on a network, you gotta have to be very, very careful.
You gotta be very
on what you put on there because
Yeah.
there's a lot of censorship out there.
Yes,
actually,
when I first started, I had this one puppeteer or ventriloquist, and he had this puppet, so I put him on he was on our very first episodes, and the guy was doing good and everything, and then he started bringing out like for me it was kind of racist. He was making jokes about some African folks that they were steep and stuff like that, and then my director is like, bro, I don't think we should air that, man, and stuff. So I kind of put it to his attention.
Gotcha.
And then eventually another guy, he became doing some drag shows, and it's I don't care what people do with their personal lives, but it's a family show. I'm not gonna put that I'm not gonna tolerate it.
Right.
So I kind of feel like shit. Like I'm sorry, man. I can't let you. I can't. I just don't want it on the show, man. I mean, personally, if we're all just barbecuing, drinking, fooling around, like we're all gonna be laughing.
Right.
But it's like like the kids I mentioned earlier.
Right.
So I do that. I do have that kind of audience. So I don't want to
make them feel uncomfortable. Or
What's it? Especially my older viewers, the older folks.
Right.
Their mentality. Pues qué mugrero está poniendo.
It's true. That's when you start getting your critics and all that.
Yeah, I mean, you're only going to be getting more critics. I mean, you have them to get.
Oh man, I'm imagining you guys have.
We have our critics here and there, and it's fun because the way
everyone loves me. I don't know what he's talking about.
Shut up, dude. I look at it. I mean, and I look at it from a different perspective. Is that you have your fans, your loyal fans. They're going to follow. They're going to watch. They're going to listen, and then you have your haters. Now, your haters, I'm not gonna. I want to sound weird. I love my haters. Only reason why is because they go off and tell someone else, dude, have you seen the show? It's not even worth watching. It's a waste of time. What are you talking about? And they watch it, and then they tell somebody else, well, you're letting them watch it. I'm getting views.
Yeah.
People are suing my stuff. They are listening to my stuff. Yes. You know what? Instead of saying, you know what, forget you, I'm saying, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Because if you're a true hater, you shouldn't even spread the word.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
But then again, we are on a kind of different level than Julian here.
Julian has a guideline.
Julian has like, okay, we can only push it like right to here, guys, and then we got to stop.
Right.
And we respect that, porque es como tú dices, you gotta reach a much bigger audience. Broader audience. You can't afford to just like keep it,
and under that, what I least want is somebody to call the station and say like, hey, pues he's doing this and he's doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't want that kind of attention.
No, absolutely not, because it takes away from all the good stuff that you did before. And we've seen it far too many times. It's just like
we've had a couple of them in our episodes. I mean, there's some of them that have gotten way out of hand.
Yeah,
and there's some that were like, we try to keep it straight to the book as best as possible, and we try not to angle off to the sides too much. Try to stay in. Try to be the DD for the night.
I mean, we're not. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We've had some people pull a gun out for some reason. I mean, like, calm down, dude. And that was unexpected on our part. Like, we should have laid that out before. And look, no weapons.
We've had a couple of fooling around. And I'm like, oh.
But that was our bad because we didn't like we said like, you know what? We're just gonna talk. You can do whatever you want to do. Right. You're in a safe place. But we didn't know that meant that we were gonna have like an 8 foot tall dude standing in the corner. Deciding which of us he was gonna eat first.
Right. That was so true. I mean, gotta go back and look for those episodes.
Love to that guy, but I mean, just come on, dude. Calm down.
And understanding, I mean, coming from your side of the tracks, that guideline, you have to follow that guideline.
Yeah.
And it's true because sometimes, and a good friends, there's some bands that send me stuff, and like I listen to it and it's good. It goes some good stuff, but the stuff they say on it is like, you know what?
It goes just one step too far.
You were there. A big example with Sean. He's got a beer drinking son of a bee, and he changed it. He's like beer drinking son of a gun. So I respect that, and I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that they acknowledge
I got you.
Saludos a Sean.
Yeah. And I'm gonna let Julian in a little thing right now because he's saying that went to the show. You're talking about Quez. That's my brother.
Quez. Oh, you guys look exactly the same, bro.
You came in here and said, "Hey, Quez, what's going on?"
You're not the only one. Everybody says y'all look alike. Y'all sound alike. Oh, shut up, man! Don't say that,
man. You shut the fuck up, man. You saw a picture of your brother. Like, when did I take that picture? Oh no, that's me. That's my brother, man.
Yeah, and it's understandable. Yeah. But yeah, he told me when he went out there to see the show, and he goes, "Dude, you got to see this setup, man. It's amazing, and it's great. You gotta meet this guy. You gotta have him on the show so he can talk to you." So I'm like, all right, cool. All right, let's reach out to him and see what's up. And then I reached out, for a Wednesday, then eventually I changed it to a Thursday because of the whole situation. But and that bridge I try to put together between our show and your show is like, man, that's awesome. Now that when we have talent, we can recommend, hey, talk to Julian.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, toss them your way,
likewise.
And that way, keep that connection in between both shows. Say, hey, you know what? Thanks for being on the show. But look, you have this other show. You can check out with this guy. Maybe he'll get you on. You want to talk to him.
That's another thing that I've loved about doing this podcast and the connections and the artists that we've met is that we've actually enjoyed putting together two artists who may have not met before, or
that's true,
or who have heard each other in passing, but they've never had the chance to like talk one on one.
It's happened a lot throughout our years. You're gonna have who on your show? Yeah. Can I go? Like, yeah. And then and they befriend each other, and then before you know it, they start networking and doing stuff on their own.
Yes.
And then I'm like, hey, bro, you left me out.
This is my show, bro. What's going on? Kudos to the wife. No, you do not look like him. You do not look. I know, baby, right? I don't look like him.
I apologize, man. I apologize.
Oh, come on.
For FYI, it's a private venue where we record it, here, we do drink beer there.
There was alcohol involved, babe. It might have been the blurry vision. You were there, I swear.
On my defense.
I like that. Good cover, man. Good cover.
Quez, you're listening here. Like, grow a beard real quick.
Pero the similarity is there, man. And I apologize.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about
it. And we've been in contact since, but it was the first time I actually met Sean in person and brother and everybody. So I'm grateful I'm here today, and I did meet you guys. And hopefully we'll be another invite, and I might end up bringing you some our local actors and stuff like that.
Oh,
that'd be great.
That'd be great.
We love local talent, man.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
It's been amazing seeing how much local talent that there is in the Valley. And
we're working on for July, I think 29th. It's a Saturday. We're working on a short film festival there at our place.
Oh.
We already posted.
Right. You said you wanted to make a big announcement.
Yes. So I want to invite the public. It's it's Olmeda Productions. You could go into his Facebook page, Olmeda Productions, and he has most of the details. And I'm supporting him. I'm part of the event, but I'm supporting him.
Right.
And so we're gonna have a bunch of short films. It's gonna, I think, start at 4 p.m. there at our place, El Mezquital Saloon, 2510 North Mile 11, Donna, Texas. So I'll be sharing more info and stuff like that.
Shoot it out to us, and we'll get it out there so we can show everybody.
We're gonna be having some interesting producers out there that have actually, won awards. That's awesome. Some of them worldwide, some of them nationally.
That's awesome.
So it'll be very interested. And if you guys want to set up a booth or something.
Oh my gosh. And it begins.
Yeah, no, you guys are more than welcome. It's going to be they're at a studio. It's a very humble place. It's ours, but we're blessed.
Family friendly. Yes, stay family friendly.
Yeah.
Yes, and but I mean, we're gonna have everything. We're gonna have the vendors. I don't think we're charging admission, but we'll have vendors on side, maybe some complimentary popcorn and stuff. We're gonna have a shout out to my team. Oscar Martinez, Soundix. He's gonna set up his LED screen and the sound and all that stuff. Awesome. Victor Castillo, one of my producers, my boy Leo, he helps a lot. So the whole team, that's always there every Wednesday helping out. But yeah, man, you guys are welcome.
Thank you very much.
I mean, since you don't have any plans, put on your calendar and
we'll definitely blast it out on our Facebook and all of our.
As soon as we get all that information, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Guys, we are 30 minutes into the podcast, and we're gonna take a commercial break because we got sponsors that want to say hello. So here we go, guys.
Butcher Bar for Life. The Butcher Bar and Tap Room, located at 308 South Texas Boulevard, Westaco, Texas. Give them a call at 956-520-7111. Speak to Noe. Come check out their great meals, all vegan based, and let me tell you about their pizzas. Oh my goodness, they are to die for. And also, they carry muffins and buns ready made for you guys. And you cannot go wrong with their specific tacos. They're great, trust me. I guarantee you'll like them. And while you're waiting for your meal to come out, get yourself some fresh kombucha from the tap. Butcher for life. Put your immune system on the right track. Let's go. Are you having minor setbacks on a law issue? Maybe a car accident recently? Or something a little bit more serious? Or it could be something luring to bankruptcy. Give Efren Molina, attorney at law, a call. They will go through every step of the process to figure out exactly what can be done and done by the book. And he'll be with you every step of the way until the judge makes his final verdict. Give the law offices of Efren Molina a call at 956-391-2754, located at 113 West Zambrano Street, Edinburgh, Texas. And you're only a phone call away. The Rabbit Hole, located at 2900 West 6 Mile and a Half Sweet Beach in Mission, Texas. If you're looking for liquor, beer, CBD products, or even smoke products. Hell, guys, they even have tattoo supplies for you. And last but not least, adult novelties for everyone and every occasion. Set up your party and give these guys a call at 956-599-0103. 956-599-0103. The Rabbit Hole. Only the best for all my best.
Ooh. Looks like your windshield just got hit. I know it's heartbreaking, but don't worry. My guys at the DNC Auto Glass got you covered. Let's get you informed on how we can save you time and money. Then let's get that damage repaired. It's important to inspect your glass for chips and cracks regularly. A small dime-sized chip on your windshield does have major potential to grow into a large crack that can obstruct your vision. This type of damage does require a full replacement. You might want to save yourself the trouble. Repairing one small chip before it spreads into a crack takes about 5 minutes and only costs a fraction of what you'd be paying for a replacement. Our team members are trained to inform you on how to get the most life out of your glass and are dedicated to providing top quality repairs. So, don't stress, don't delay. All you gotta do is snap a pic of the damage and text it to 956-314-9149. Tell them Chew and Ooh sent you. Again, that's 956-314-9149. Fast, affordable, quality service backed by lifetime guarantee.
Barbershop, located at 2718 South 23rd Street in McAllen, Texas. If you're looking for the best shop in town, let your hair do the talking. Fast, fades in no time. Straight shaves, straight style. All about you. Try a different style. Always fulfill your expectations. Because at Hipsters, your satisfaction is our goal. Rowdy Pools, located in McAllen, Texas. Rowdy's pools are made to impress. Take your swim experience to the next level. And also at an affordable price and installation. Each pool is made with top-notch quality for every occasion and also for your family. Rowdy's Pools, design, built, and service. Beady Wheaties Michelada Mix is back. Sponsor the Chewy New podcast, guys. This drink is the one. If you've never had a Michelada in your entire life, this is the way to get it. Right with Iris, man. She has all these great flavors, like my favorite, pickle and extra lime, man. This mix has not only gotten really excitedly great, but you can pick it up at any of these locations, guys. And trust me, once you get the first taste, just like this guy, you will not put it down. I guarantee it will change your taste buds forever. Petey Wheaties, bro. Look up on Facebook, Instagram, and on Snapchat. Yeah!
What is going on, guys? Thank you once again to all our sponsors for everything you do, thick and thin, man. Even when this thing over
especially
here,
for thin, because it's been
that nasty thing right there, right
for hair product, for
hair product. Look at this hair. Look at this. Look at that. You think I need hair product?
Yeah, the money ran out real quick at the beginning of the month.
By the way, I ran low on palm olive. Anyways, so we're sitting here with Mr. Julian Valdez, right? And we're talking about some great things that are going on, especially the whole event that we're talking about.
Of course.
Lots of events coming up throughout the year.
Oh, yeah.
So much content.
Yes, so much content. Now, let's get to know Mr. Valdez here. I mean, what are your hobbies besides doing your networking and networking your show? I mean, what is it you do on the side? Your 9 to 5, because everybody has a 9 to 5.
Yes. Actually, my bread and butter is plumbing. I have a plumbing business.
All right.
And before the pandemic, it started going downhill. I used to, real briefly, I used to get a lot of commercial work, charter schools, a lot of commercial stuff, apartment stuff like that, residential.
Right.
And I had a pretty good team, a pretty good crew. For some reason, I guess it has to be my fault because it kind of, I don't know why.
We're out of work because of you. No.
Well, yeah. Actually, the truth, and a lot of people have been through that. You have those employees that they learn so much of the boss in general that eventually they feel that they could be their own boss.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And that's what happened. So, and then the pandemic came in, and I started getting ill. I weighed like 330 pounds, bro. And then my sugar went off the chart, high blood pressure, and then eventually nerve damage, neuropathy. So everything kind of faded away. And then during the pandemic, I started letting go of a lot of my clients because of they were getting their stimuluses, they were getting benefits up the ass, and I kind of like let go of a lot of work.
Right.
But recently I kind of like back on the saddle. I'm doing some projects and stuff, working around, so I'm kind of like going back up. But yeah, plumbing has been my bread and butter. I branched off my dad's company.
Okay.
He's been a master plumber most of my life, like 45 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And once I started learning the trade, I got a license and stuff. And my dad's like, "Hey, mijo, just do it, man." So I started getting my own clientele stuff like that.
Right.
But that's my family, of course.
Right.
That's priority. I try my best to be there for my kids. What can I say, man? I mean, it's life, and Aqui, Entre, Nosotros, it's took over all of that.
Yeah.
And one thing, I would do anything again with all the people that support me, volunteers, but my family. If you don't have that family support, it's very difficult to do something.
That's true. That's a common theme amongst all the talent that we've had come in here. Is like, if we didn't have our family supporting us, we wouldn't be doing this.
Exactly. And going back to our local talent, I've seen a lot of it go to waste because the kids, they don't have their parents don't see the vision.
Right.
And I try to encourage is like Miko, don't give up. And sometimes I have like the younger kids, teens or stuff, or early 20s, and then I have somebody like Fruity or somebody that's well known, and I'm like, "Hey man, can you just give them some advice?" And
right.
Then, but sometimes the parents are just like,
we I mean, being a parent myself, I mean, we tend to say, why are you doing this? Do something else. And I look back at it, I'm like, I shouldn't do that. I should encourage more.
Well, I mean, we talked about it before. We've experienced it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
No says menso. What are you doing that?
Yeah.
Just go find a job. Work a straight 9 to 5, and that's all.
Make a living.
Make a living para tu familia.
Put the dream in the drawer and go and walk up to reality. I hear you.
Well, I'm gonna use my son Leo as an example, and our family is not perfect, Our family is not perfect, but like when I was younger, man. I mean, era un animal. 2-3 days partying hard and not being at home, and my kids are, my wife like, hey, I need you to get home because I gotta go to work and stuff like that.
Right.
But Leo, when he was like 5 or 6, I started putting him into as an extra on the local filming, and then with my dad, so he kind of grew up into that industry. Mm-hmm. So he's already a senior, and I mean, he's doing good in band. He's real academic, and he's directing the TV show.
Wow!
Because he grew up in that environment.
Yeah.
But I've seen the way kids get distracted or going back when we're peer pressure, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
The kids are lost, man. They're lost. They're just lost. And I feel, and again, going back, it's not their fault. It's the parents' fault.
Right.
And sometimes even their teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, I mean, as a parent, I feel you gotta be there for them.
Right.
And now that it's summertime, I'm taking him out to the job site.
Right.
And I have him out there with a crew, and I'm like, Mijo, I don't expect you to become a plumber. I just want you know reality,
Right, the reality of what happens.
Life, how to win that daughter, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And but I don't expect him to be a plumber. Study, mijo, do your thing, and whatever you do, I'll be proud. Pero the talent, the parents, if you have a kid is talented, to support him.
Yeah, I mean that's the number one thing, man. I mean, I know myself being a parent, I need to be more supportive. I need to be more understanding. I need to, buckle, because I was there at one point, and I like I was telling you, I always wanted to be a DJ,
mm-hmm.
And my parents would say, well, no, don't do that, do this and what so have you, and if I stick to the schoolwork and stuff. What now that I'm older, you're like, damn it, I should have done that. Yeah, but I mean, it's also okay to chase your dreams once in a while, because I mean, sometimes dreams come to become a reality.
Yes.
So I mean, for all means, right now, look what we're doing right now. So
hold on, let me just say.
Here we go.
Let me just say one thing.
Okay.
You be a plumber. Okay. You get your butt into school. You be a plumber.
Yeah.
Okay. That way you can have your own TV show and a plumbing company. Okay. Si quieres. You can have your own house and your family and a TV show y todo. Okay. You be a plumber.
And that's our segment called Choose Advice.
By the way, show name change. Cochiloco. And coming soon.
My God. Speaking of that, now the skits on your show, I know I've seen the comedy skits. Are these planned, or are these just like they just roll out?
We at first it's like Aurelio Romo. He's been there since day one, and he's the one that's responsible for the better reenactments and all that.
Right.
Very talented actor. Actually, he's I'm gonna just throw it out there so you can know the kind of people that help me. He's part of the Alamo Museum. He's part of the commission.
Okay.
So the guy, he's very knowledgeable in history. Yeah. He built I think he calls it Betsy or something, a steamroller. So they have it there in exhibition.
Really?
So he's more. I don't have any talent. They have the talent, and he's very creative. So he's done a lot of the props for the show, and he's one of the ones that comes up with the characters and does all that stuff, the boxing ones.
Yes.
Don Roque, and he's got
Don Roque. I'm trying to remember that.
The Don Roque, the Afro one.
Yes.
So he's the one that works a lot. And now we have another shout out, Albert Barrera. He writes a lot of skits, or a lot of what do you call them? Oh my God!
What index cards go?
A lot of traffic ticket. No.
He's one of those.
Yes.
He a lot of scripts. He has his full-time job, but he does a lot of scripts, and he's won stuff on his scripts. So he's starting to help us out. And actually, awesome. We have a couple projects already planning for hopefully films.
That's awesome.
Hopefully
that's
films.
Awesome.
So he helps out a lot. So that's where now we're getting a lot of the scripts from. He's helping out with that.
And then going back as far as the show wise, I mean, opening brand on these hip hop artists, are you going towards those other genres to come on your show? I mean, as far as like country, hip hop, rock and all that stuff.
Actually, like this Sunday, Sean's segment comes out, which is just a reminder on the CW at 11 a.m. on Sunday. Local CW, you have local antenna, just go to your local CW cable or whatever. Anyway, so it's the first time I actually have a country singer, and then this other guy, Charlie Salas. He's performing, I think, a song or two. It's like Mexican rap, like whoa, whoa, whoa. It's kind of like not my thing. But you know, I'm hope he reached out like, hey, quiero estar en tu programa. And I'm not gonna close the doors on you, man. So anyway, so actually, it's been about a year that I'm planning another show. It was called Rio Grande Comfort, which is gonna be country and soft rock.
Oh wow!
So that's in the works. And then with this one, I'm helping out another friend. He wants to do hip hop. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'll help you out. So it's gonna be called Aquí Entre Nosotros presenta nuestra cultura, which is where it's got totally different what I've been doing. Hopefully the car shows, the bullies, the barbers. You know, it's a whole different community. So hopefully we'll launch something like that.
But still in the guidelines, right?
With that, it's not. I'm hoping them getting prep either for a YouTube channel or TV.
All right. Okay,
so it's not gonna be Aquí Entre Nosotros. It's just Aquí Entre Nosotros presenta. So it's gonna be like a
segment,
like a spin-off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
Spin-off. So I mean that's in the air. You know, we're like I said, you network, you meet good people, and poof, things are
things explode, and you're like, wow,
the sky's limit. So and you know, I mentioned that event, the movie film festival, on July 29th with Olmeda Productions. Saludos, Joey Olmeda y su familia. We're having a 16 de septiembre event. We're gonna have another. We just had one on 5 de Mayo, so we'll be having the dancing horrors, the battle reenactment, the Miguel Hidalgo, and of course the concert. Attractions for the families, vendors, and stuff like that. So I'll keep you guys posted.
That's awesome.
And we're already talking about, and we set up a date with Freddie Honda, popular donor. We're having a Halloween bash. It's gonna be something really different than what I'm used to. So we're planning.
It's gonna be crazy.
We're planning a haunted house, a costume contest, the vendors. I think he's gonna take care of most of the music. So I think we are going to be looking for sponsors and stuff like that, but it's still Halloween, but it's going to be soon. So we'll keep you guys posted.
It's slowly creeping on us, man.
So
you also mentioned something about 16 de septiembre.
El 16 de septiembre, I've been doing there's been a few events that I've done, and it's free admission for the community, family oriented. So I have the concert, you know, the performers, like I said, the battle reenactment, the guys come in all dressed in uniforms. They have the actual rifles that the powder stuff.
The muskets.
So I usually try to have like a moon jump and kind of go bull, a clown for the kids and everything. And it's there at my place. It's not that big, but we got plenty of parking and space to do that. So again, I'll be, you know, announcing and inviting you guys.
Cool, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I appreciate that.
And that Halloween thing, we're gonna have to let Brittany know about that.
Oh yeah, that's one of our sister stations is Evil by Default.
Evil by Default.
She's gonna love horror movies and all that good stuff. So that might be somebody that would like to go there.
I mean, if you guys are willing to contribute to the event, I mean, you're more than welcome. You can bring your own ideas. We'll talk to Freddie. Saludos a Freddie, a Troy, a todo Popular Loner, a Valdemar García, a todos ellos que han estado oyendo recientemente.
I think Brittany would be all over this real quick.
Yeah, I mean, she still does the horror movie.
Yes, she does beer review, and now she's doing food challenges also now on her podcast.
What's her name again?
Brittany Staples. Yes.
Yeah, under
Evil by Default podcast. It's one of the sister stations that we have here in the studio. But she also does like a horror movie festival during the
at the Gremlin in McAllen, Texas. Yes.
Wow. Well, I mean, if you're listening, you're welcome to join us on the film festival as well.
Wow, that's a great invitation right there, man.
Brittany, you better not be working right now. You better be watching this. Brittany, are you listening? Come on, say something.
Don't worry, she'll watch the show later. She's like, I gotta call this guy.
No, but if she's interested, we can.
With me is that I'm very open-minded. You know, I'm willing to collaborate with anybody. You know, I mean, the show's non-profit, so it doesn't hurt me a bit. You know, to meet new people, and it's like, hey, you have something in mind, and let's do it. I mean, let's jump into it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Something I didn't mention about Aquí Entre Nosotros when I started was that I didn't plan to host it. I had somebody in mind because I have no experience in production or anything.
Well, you're doing a great job right now.
You're doing a fantastic job.
I had a friend of mine, but during that time when we started, he got some contracts for filming. You know, they hired him in Mexico. So it's like, now what am I gonna do? And the slot's running, and
right.
Ya se pasó una semana, ya se pasó otra semana, and the guys are like, "You do it, man." Like, not a fucking host, man. Like, well, you're an actor. Like, well, I'm an amateur.
I'm an actor. Just lines are given to me.
Well, just act like a host.
just do it. And it's like, oh, bueno, whatever, man.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to be the host of the show, but you know, I didn't trust me, so
No, I didn't.
did not trust me. Took my laptop, took my soundboard, took my table.
Hell up. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
But anyways, now as far as your show, is there, if you had a chance, any in particular guest you would love on your show? Is there that one person that says, man, I wish I can get them on the show?
Salma Hayek.
Well, who wouldn't want Salma Hayek? But,
You're not.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, sorry.
I'm talking to our guest.
Talking to the guest. Sorry.
You know, it's a lot of people, like everybody would love to meet. And like I mentioned earlier, I had the pleasure of meeting Renee Victor, the voice of Abuelita from Coco, Joaquin Cosio, Ricardo Barrona. I've had like big actors from telenovelas. You know, I've met Luis Gatica, Alejandro Tomasi. I've met old school Mexicano. Right. So me growing up watching Cine Mexicano and then meeting them in real life, I never thought about it.
Right.
So, pero locally from the RGV, I'd like to meet like Ramon Ayala one day.
Yeah.
Actually, his stepbrother, Javier Covarrubias, they have a band, and he's been to the show, and he's also one of the local actors. Pero it's very difficult to get to him. And people tell me, well, I know Ramon Ayala. I know Bobby Pulido. I know that. Well, why don't you
introduce or bring them along?
For some people, and I'm going to say it up front, people are just dicks, man. They're just asses. They told me, why no? I'm like telling me like, I know, but I'm not gonna bring him to you. Like,
then why bring it up?
Why bring it up?
Exactly.
People are like that,
right?
And we were talking about earlier. You know, we have people that just decide not to like us. You know, but in a way, it's like there's no bad promotion.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Promotion is promotion.
Exactly.
So it does help. But yeah, I mean that's one of the names out there. Maybe Robert Pulido, you know, big names.
Right.
But one of the legends, like I mentioned earlier, Gilberto Perez, I knew him for 20 plus years. When I had him first on the episode, I knew him, but the first time he went on the show he was celebrating 60 years of music. So he was all over getting acknowledgments and everything.
Right.
Y luego, you know, he passed. So I did a tribute to him, and I had some names out there on the show. So I'm grateful for the people that I met and that support. And you know what the funny thing is? You have the small guys that really, the talent's not really all there. They got to get more of their stuff together.
Right.
And they're the ones that feel like they don't need to support me. They don't need to put likes or comments on my stuff.
Right.
When you have all these big time people, legends, and they're the ones calling like, hey, ¿cómo te está yendo en el programa? I hope you're doing good and stuff like that. And I feel like, okay, I mean, I appreciate this. It motivates you.
Getting motivation from the upstairs.
Exactamente.
Yeah, I totally understand. Understand. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. One more last question before we go, because we're 54 minutes into the program. Like I told you, the hour flies by. Yeah. After it's all said and done, you've reached a goal. You got this primetime show going. Everything's at 100%. You know, how would you like to be remembered by?
You know, it's actually a good question. And I mentioned this a lot. You know, one day we're all going to depart.
Right.
You know, we're going to move on. And like you guys and ourselves, people are it's going to be archived. And people are going to see, what the hell were these guys doing? You know what I mean?
Exactly,
in a good or a bad way.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, I'm blessed that my boy follows me, and hopefully one day I'll have grandchildren, and they'll like, hey, pues, ¿qué están haciendo estos guys? Look, they had a show. They had all these people on board. Probably they're not going to know what the hell was going on, pero I mean, times are changing. Pero that's one thing, man. I don't know if I'll be remembered as leaving a legacy or as a good thing or as a bad thing, but I do consider myself contributing to the community. Actually, years back, I ran for office there in Mercedes. I had bad turnouts, I didn't have the support. And I've always felt compelled to help in one way or another our community, And the reason being that I mentioned, I was really a hill raiser back in the days. And I don't feel I owe society something. I just feel compelled to contribute, to return, to give something.
You want to help.
You want to help.
Yeah, and I think that's what the concept of our show and your show, supporting all this talent.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a hell of an answer right
that's
there.
That's a hell of an answer.
I like that answer.
And you do know that in the future, like when the kids see the show, like in the future, they're gonna be thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
But then some of the
guy in the green. Go back a couple episodes.
But then they're gonna steal our shit, and then they're gonna copy it and make their own updated version.
It's all good, man. As long as where'd you get it from? From this weird looking show. Check it out.
Check this shit out. You won't believe it.
Oh my gosh.
Just one last thing, I guess. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep up with the show.
Right.
¿Verdad? Pero as long as I have all this support from all these people, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'm gonna try to just have the doors open to anybody.
There you go, man.
You got as long as anyone else has got.
Yeah.
I mean, people are tuning in, people are watching. You're up here already. You're good.
5 years in, man.
5 years.
Only 5 years.
5 years. That's nothing.
Dedication.
That's nothing to sneeze about.
Exactly.
And it's been, I hardly share this, but I do. There's times where I do feel like just giving up.
Yep.
And when I didn't have that much work, I couldn't really afford it. And again, Emeli Garcia and Andres Rodriguez, very, very good people. And I'm getting a little sentimental. They're like, hey, you're not giving up. We're gonna do a fundraiser. And like, okay. So I tell like, keep it up.
Yeah,
keep it up.
These are people that believe in your dream or believe in what you're trying to do.
Yes,
and that's all. That's good to have people like that in your corner, because sometimes you could be at the lows of your lows, and they step up and say, "Hey, man, you're doing a hell of a job. You just don't see it, and who cares? Nobody else can see it. We can see what you're trying to do. We're gonna step up and help you out."
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's the beautiful thing, man. Those are angels on your path to success. Is the way I look at it.
Those are the voices you don't expect to hear that are like making you move forward.
Yeah.
And they're the least people that want attention.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Very humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Shout out to them. Thank you so much.
Shout out to everybody
who watches, supports both shows, man. Thank you very much, man. It's because of you guys that are watching. It could be 1, 2, 3, 5 people watching just to see a number on there, or even if there's nobody watching, even on the YouTube page, you get 54 views, 34 views, 100, even 1,000 views. Either way, somebody's watching it.
Yes.
And
someone took time out of their day to
watch it.
Yes.
Funny thing, I'm out somewhere doing something, and I bump into an old friend or something, and it's like, and then they're like, "Hey, man, I see your show." I'm like, "What?" Yeah. and then just the other day, I was at our supplier store, and I just threw it out there to the guy that was the cashier, and like, "Hey, man, I got this show, this and that." Oh, I knew it was you. You kind of look like him. Well, it's me.
Without the sombrero.
And the guy's like, "Oh no, I see your show." So sometimes I am like, I get overwhelmed. Like, wow, man, people, strangers.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not the talent. I have no talent. The guests that I go out there, they're the talent people, and they're the ones that need most of the support.
Yeah, and that's well said, man. Social media is that they can reach out and find all your good stuff, buddy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got the YouTube channel, Julian Valdez, Aqui, Entre, Nosotros. I have Aqui, Entre, Nosotros page. I hardly use it, but it's there. And Valdez Velasco, my Facebook profile. I do have Instagram. I do have, Twitter, I think. I'm tech illiterate, man. So I don't go into that.
He's got a TV show.
You don't need to do this
You
stuff.
don't need that. You got a TV show. Sounds okay. Give the Facebook pages to someone else. Let them do it.
You do it.
¿Sabes qué? Tú hazlo.
Yeah, and but yeah, so I hardly like. Pero yeah, we do the episodes. I know many folks. It's Sunday morning. They have family gatherings, church, whatever. Or they catch up on groceries or stuff, and I know they don't catch the show. But that's why I put them on the YouTube channel after it airs.
Right.
So they could catch up on that.
Yeah.
I don't have many subscribers though. Pero
It'll grow. Trust me. It'll grow.
Yeah.
It'll grow. As long as you keep networking on your Facebook or any other area, all you gotta do is just grab it, link, copy the link, and share it. People are gonna, what the hell is that? They click on it, they want you. Okay, what's this? And they go into your page and they see all the rest of the shows. Like, oh shit, he has a bunch of shows. Let's check them out. And that's how you start getting.
You can talk about it on your TV show.
You know, you got a real good point, buddy. I got a friend that's like, mention YouTube, mention this.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason. I just don't.
I mean, you're talking because you're on a roll, and you just forget things.
Yeah.
And so there's times when I do the podcast with Chu and we're talking, and I go, dude, I totally forgot to mention this. Oh, dude, we didn't mention that. Oh, damn.
You know what? I'm just gonna give you a little piece of advice. Just get a pretty girl holding a poster board with all of that with all of that information. I guarantee you will remember every single time. Just have her walk out, stand next to you. Yeah, just ring girl.
Actually, I had an idea when I started, and I got tired of posting it. I want to have a couple of Entre Nosotros girls. I could send them out to events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I got a couple girls. I mean, ya son abuelitas and stuff like that. Like, sorry, man.
Hey. ¿Sabes qué? You know what?
Ya tomado y la chingada.
We're gonna stop on that answer right there.
Those are the dangerous ones, man.
Anyways, guys,
I'll tell you after the show. El cochiloco aquí, man.
Guys, thank you for watching the Tune In Podcast. Julian, thank you for stopping by.
I appreciate it.
The door's always open to come in here and announce any other events you want to talk to us about.
Definitely will be in touch. Y gracias a todos y saludos.
Oh my God.
And when is your show on again? Mention one more time.
Yes, on the CW, 11 mornings on Sundays.
There you go.
So if you got regular antenna, just look, I think it's channel 21, channel 15, and Fox. When there's no sports or anything, they also air it at the same time.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and cable, just go to your guy, the local CW. It should pop up.
There you go, guys. There it goes. Guys, that has been the podcast for this week. Next week, I'm not sure who we have on, but I know it's a good guest. I just have to go to the planner.
It's always a good guest.
It's always a good guest. This is why we need somebody to plan the shows for us, too, and get us guests.
But anyway, we need help.
We need help. Any advice there?
I need advice.
So okay, we'll get a ring card girl coming here. Let us know. Let us know what the hell's going on.
Hey, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like we said, new day, new time, Thursdays, 7:30, Tune In Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in, man. We do appreciate it, guys. Any last words, Jim?
Cochiloco!
Oh, my God.
I'm Cochiloco!
Yeah, sign us off.
I've been Chew.
And this is Zoom. Like always, ladies, get out!
Cochiloco!